Good evening, Zelda 1 Randomizer fans, and welcome to another tournament match. This night between ChronoJJ and Billick. And joining me on commentary tonight is Bobino. Welcome.
Hey, Catastrophe! Thanks so much. Really excited for this race, so I had to jump on and talk about it while they're going at it.
Indeed. As I always say, I'd be spectating this race anyway. So, it's exciting to be here. Happy to be on comms. This is a 1-2 match between ChronoJJ and Billick. And just a reminder before the race starts, even 1-3 is not out of it. There's a play-in race for finishing the Swiss rounds 2 and 3. And there could even be a lower bracket this year. We're not sure yet. So we don't have to send anyone home tonight, which is always a good feeling. And I think our runners might be ready to start any minute now.
Definitely nice to be have that assurance that even if the seed doesn't go your way, you're not racing dead anymore, at least.
Indeed. So a fairly generous start screen for our racers here. Nice open cave in the middle of the screen. So with this flag set, you'll always start at an open cave because Fred guarantees you'll start with the wood sword. And the better of our 3 starting items, the recorder, opens the most spots and also has functional utility in helping you backtrack. That's a great starting item. You can also start with the raft or the power bracelet in this flag set. Ooh, excellent. Billick got a global drop on his very first bomb dropper there, that red dark nut, who appeared in the overworld. That's a shuffle. Ooh, candle in an open cave. We're finding a lot of important things really early.
Both of them have different forms of exploration already opened up for them that you sometimes don't get for the first couple. Ooh, level 1.
Ow! So in the first minute, we got a medium secret, we got the candle in an open cave, and we got level 1. Wow, that's fantastic. So no matter what dungeons you roll in your seed, you want to see that early level 1 because it's got 3 items in it. Maybe. It could be a 2Q1. Could this be a 2Q1? I don't know. It was in the middle of the V and it had a left exit, so I didn't really get a good look there. But if it's 2Q1, it'll only have 2 items in it.
But even if it's 2 items, 1 is usually one of your smaller levels to try to explore anyway, with low resources, low defenses. So you're never upset to see 1.
Right, unless it's key blocked with blue whiz robes, then you leave. Ouch. Okay, well, we tried. Level 1 is usually nicer than that. The fact that it's key blocked makes me want to guess first quest over something else, but I'd have to see more than 2 rooms, I think.
And I think you mentioned earlier, we got the dark nuts on the overworld, which is a pain for exploration, but it also means you're not going to run into any Blue Lagoon rooms when you're exploring the dungeon. So, and we do know you have to deal with whiz robes now, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, indeed, Bobino. And that's actually a plus. You know, sometimes when you see whiz robes on the overworld, it's really bad, but I think ChronoJJ blowing the recorder there to freeze right before getting hit. Ooh. Oh, that's our starting item. Our starting item is the Armos item. Oh, that's gross. You don't want to see that.
It can't all be good. It gave you a candle. It gave you level 1 easy. It had to take something back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have seen that occasionally in this flag set where, one of your overworld items is the item that you started with. The item you start with is never in logic. Fred always builds the seed, assuming you found the item the honest way, whichever item it is. So that tells us now that recorder can do great things. Fred can lock anything he wants behind it because it's tier 0.
Yeah, so. and Billick just got a glimpse of that too, so he knows he doesn't have to go looking for Armos items either.
Ooh, that's a small big secret. Billick just found it north of the Armos item. So that small big secret, well, it's going to let him go buy the candle if he turns around to go cash it in right now. I would maybe keep exploring first, but it is a very small 63 big secret. Kind of hate to see it.
We also got really beefy ropes on the overworld, and they're usually okay to deal with, but if they're in big enough numbers, it's really hard to deal with all the snakes.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that we don't... Oh, look at what I see over here at Death Armos. Did you see that Stalfos shooting sword beams in the Death Armos screen? That means we have 2Q on. So either that was a 2Q1, or our second half is 2Q. That's something to look out for as we discover more dungeons.
We also got the flashing rope, so I probably should have got it from there.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I missed that.
All right, we got
Let's
Billick
see.
exploring in the dead tree. Cheap bombs.
All right. Cheap bombs in an open cave. If that's not the rare shop, that's kind to our runners. Always good to know where a bomb shop is. You know what, though? The medium secret rolled up to 40, so maybe it's not all bad, you know?
Yeah, and if things aren't that expensive, then the secrets rolling down aren't too bad.
Yeah. We'll see what the players need to buy. Maybe this ends up being a key-starved seed and the money really matters. Maybe they have enough money for... Ooh, Billick has a choice. Gets the candle, even though he's got the resources to buy one. Let's see what Chrono does. Chrono also does it. So, now we speculate on what they're going to spend their money on. So...
I can understand that one. Even though you have the money, the shop that has a candle is all the way down by Vanilla Start, and you're up in the top right corner. That's a long walk, and you could hit all of the forest checks between there.
Yeah, absolutely. This definitely leads to more efficient overworld routing, and ChronoJJ didn't even have the money anyway. Billick did. So I realized that ChronoJJ apparently missed the big secret. So. But yeah, no, so we just saw an expensive hint shop. The hints really rolled up. 2 of the hints cost more than 50 rupees. 2 of the hints cost more than a medium secret. That's a bit extreme. Oh, we don't know if the players will even find the book, but that's pretty nasty for a hint shop, as far as I've ever seen hint shops be mean before.
Door repair looks to be about 18 or 19, it looked. ChronoJJ hit one in the bush check above 1.
Okay. That's good to know. Oh yeah, so now, ooh, wow, look at Billick there.
Ooh, that
using
was
the
good.
iframes. So both the Gibdos and the Blue Dark Knights do 2 hearts of damage each. That was, some extremely good dodging, using the sword to give the enemies iframes and then slip through. That's fantastic. Really good.
That was a lot of work for a potion shop.
Yeah, it was. Sure was. Now, if Billick keeps doing Candle Row, I think he'll find that blue ring shop that ChronoJJ just found, and obviously doesn't have the 250 or 230 rupees to buy a blue ring yet, but is kind of close. That would also be a great thing to save your money for. I usually buy a blue ring or a bomb upgrade in every single seed. Actually, I think every single tournament seed for me so far. I've bought one or the other.
Especially with you dipping into one dungeon and knowing you got to deal with whiz robes in there too. So
yeah,
you're only going to be able to take one hit as you are right now. So that and we found level 5.
So this level 5 is already not second quest. So does that mean we have second quest second half because of our overworld enemies? Interesting.
A lot of key doors, but so far not blocked off by keys.
Mm-hmm. I'd hope. I mean, I think 1Q5 is still on the table, but it could be a shape. Now that I know that it's the second quest, second half. Second quest, second half, 7, 8, and 9, that is. Really not that bad. 7, 8, second quest have a bit of a reputation, but 2Q9 is actually quite nice compared to 1Q9. And 2Q7 is nicer than 1Q7. So, in many ways, rolling a 2Q back half can really be a nice thing to our players. And if you didn't know it was level 5, the first staircase we found was a connector. Ooh, wow! White sword on the floor! Not even guarded by that. Now, I would actually still kill that Dig Dogger.
I was just about to ask if that could still be a staircase in there.
Yeah, it can. So when Fred, this flag set has remove open drops on. Oh, this will solve our... It's a shape. So we got shapes and second quest as our 2 dungeons. And look at that shape.
It looks like one of those things you take tests on in school where you have to like punch out A, B, or C.
Yeah, it's an SAT test.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like some sort of a like scanner copier. I don't know.
a Scantron. That's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah. So that white sword room with the dig dogger in it, by the way, we have a flag on called "Remove Most Open Stairs," and ChronoJJ finds 8 in the Lost Woods. That's definitely a 2Q8. So here we go.
Billick opting not to take the bomb upgrade. It was only 96, and he's got 200 on him. He must be probably holding out for either a ring or if he needs to see if he needs to buy arrows, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think even if you're holding out for arrows, you still buy the bomb upgrade and you have enough for arrows, because in a first quest overworld, with first quest money, you'll still find more medium secrets than door repairs. So you'll always end up money positive for doing overworld exploration. Ooh, wow, those blue lionels did not die to the white sword, so they must have rolled up. They should normally take 3 hits with a white sword. That one took a lot more.
ChronoJJ got stuck in a Chevy room in his 8.
I wonder if the ladder's required for 8 or if there was a magic bomb wall. Oh no, because it's shapes. Or second quest, not shapes. So could be a legitimate block. Could be a rare bomb wall leading to a connector. We don't know yet. ChronoJJ checking. Wow, when we find level 6, recorder blocked. Just as promised by that Armos item. So,
that flute wasn't very far from the level it blocked either.
Yeah, no. Makes me wonder if it'll block more levels. So Billick looked like he was going to go deeper into 5 to try to dig an item. Instead decides, I'll take the free triangle. Nope, he's walking around it. He's looking for the item this way. Now, as I said earlier, or I began to say, that dig dogger room where Billick got the free white sword could even be the second item. And the reason is because when Remove Open Stairs is on, if an item would have had a floor drop, Fred is forced to place it on the floor, because a room can't have both a hidden item that appears when you kill enemies and a push block that appears when you kill enemies. So, whenever you see a free item on the floor in a room that normally has a push block, that's kind of a little sign from Fred that the push block is gonna push. And when the push block pushes in an open C room, it's a basement. So, Dig Dogger guarding, and I use guarding in loosely, that white sword, means that was very likely a push block room. So there could have been a second item right there. And given that we started with the recorder, could have been anything. Fred thinks we can kill that Dig Dogger.
I was just about to say, and the fact that flute is so available tells us that it would have been in logic too.
Yeah. So I hope that doesn't come back to bite Billick. I hope it was just the second half of the transport that he didn't take. I really hope it's not a cool item in an item stair. But we'll see. Maybe ChronoJJ will clear it when he gets there. I don't think Chrono's found 5 yet. Found 6 and 8, but not 5.
Both of them getting a little beefier around the same time in different parts of the map, picking up hearts and open caves.
Yeah. Both of them took a candle from their first open cave and took a heart container from their second open cave. Or take any, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chrono about to find, I think 5. Given that he just found the cheap bombs.
Yeah, he was running low too when he was in 8. That because I remember he didn't have keys for the door and he didn't check any bomb rooms because just didn't have any on him.
Mm-hmm. So Billick, we know where the blue ring is because ChronoJJ found it. Billick, who turned down an early bomb upgrade, presumably to buy the blue ring, is unknowingly walking the wrong direction from it. But what can you do? I mean, that's just rando for you.
Yeah.
The blue ring shop, if I remember correctly, was on Candle Row, and it might not even be the rare shop. I mean, Billick could have found a second copy of the blue ring shop over here. We don't know. And neither player, despite doing the Eastern Woods and now South Shore for Billick, neither player gave us a peek at the coast item. Unless I've forgotten something. here.
No, I don't think we've seen it at all, and that's usually when you're on the coast there. It's usually so tempting. It's only 2-3 screens away.
Yeah. Just give it a quick little peek, but nope, neither runner does. Billick's going to show us the one useful block clip in the overworld to check this
Ooh.
screen from the side. Okay, Chrono already buying a key. Yep.
I do like that too. You haven't seen any key drops. Chrono's seen 3 dungeons, I think, so far, maybe 4,
Yeah.
and hasn't seen a single key. So I do like that move.
Yeah. I hope now Chrono also saves, because Chrono's going to keep exploring the green woods here, maybe even give us a peek at the coast. If he keeps going down right, check that recorder spot, up, check coast item, leave. Might get distracted by the 6, but if Chrono saves, you can use that key in multiple dungeons. You don't like it, I mean, I guess none of these dungeons are really close enough to start, though, so forget that. You don't want to walk back to these dungeons just to figure things out.
And that key room did end up having a bomb wall in it too, so he doesn't even have to burn the key immediately.
Good, good. Oh, push block. Are we going to get an item out of 6? Billick didn't know about the bomb wall. Nope, it's a connector. But... so we know it's a shape 6. So anything can go anywhere. Oh, you've got exact change for the mugger. Gonna pay it? Alright. There were still other doors in the dungeon Chrono could have explored, but hey, why not pay the mugger just to get ladder blocked? Thanks, game.
Also, quick correction. We both somehow missed it, but our amazing tracker did see that the ladder item was a heart.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, bad, but good.
Good our tracker picked it up. Bad that it's just a heart.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's not a third recorder. So Chrono here has seen nothing but Gleox and gels in this 6. I can't call it easy combat yet, because there's got to be something else in here. We saw nothing but Wizrobes in 1, so this might be the other half of the Wizrobe set. I can't quite piece the enemy sets together. Nope, it's the Lionels. Okay, well, thanks.
At least these red Lionels aren't too buff.
The red Lionels are dying as fast to the wood sword. Oh no, faster, yeah, than the blue Lionels are faster. I was thinking, Billick hitting the blue Lionels 3 times with the white sword, and them not dying, but then Chrono hits the red Lionels 3 times with the wood sword, and they do die. So the red ones rolled down, and the blue ones rolled up. Oh, there we go, Billick finally gets his blue ring from a slightly different spot, except now he's $10 short because of a door repair. These levers are usually loaded. Look at that, 6 rupees, 7 rupees, 12 rupees. Beautiful. Wow. All I had to do was count, and the rupees just flow in. All right.
They knew the assignment.
Yep, if you ever need money, go ask a little desert bug. They're loaded. So Billick getting that blue ring, he turned down the bomb upgrade for. I approve. This could be a very combat mean seed with Lionels and Wizrobes and alternate enemy sets. So you'll always see one of those in every dungeon.
I definitely like this move, especially at only 5 hearts. Like, you've got some extra wiggle room with the couple extra hearts, but going from essentially 10 hits to 20 is a lot better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Wow, look at those ropes. Those are super duper ropes. He's got the white sword and they're still bouncing off multiple hits. Billick finds a second blue ring. If only buying 2 would turn into the red ring, but it does not. Yeah, so this is the type of... Yeah, gone.
I was going to say, this is a headache of a room. It's not necessarily difficult, but you got the lag going, you got red bubbles, you got only 1 blue bubble, Lionel shooting swords at you, the Gorilla shooting arrows at you. It's just headaches all around.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the room Billick needs the blue ring for and doesn't know it yet. Because those Lionel beams do 2 hearts of damage. And also, Billick's got a white sword, too. So Billick has got double advantage. Yeah, this is hard to do. And what's unfortunate for Chrono is, even if you're a good enough player to execute this room, it's... Oh, last enemy has the clock. Good. I had a nickel for every time that happened.
Yep.
But, yeah, even if you're a good enough player to execute that kind of room, which Chrono was, good job for Chrono, it's still unfortunately slower than when Billick's going to get there, So, yeah, bit unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. Chrono definitely can handle the actual combat, but that room took him 45 seconds, and
Mm,
we'll see how long it takes Billick. But with extra hits and extra damage, it won't be nearly that.
yeah. So Billick here is good. Oh, rewarded with the Triforce as long as he doesn't get shuttered up. Wow. So Billick gets one wayed into a Chevy room with a heart container. You don't see that very often.
That's exactly what I saw earlier on Chrono's screen. You just get stuck in the middle of the Chevy room, and there's nothing you can do. You got to leave.
Oh, there's another Chevy room. Okay, so this 8 might be hard ladder blocked because left is a ladder block and right is a connector that leads to a ladder block. Oh no, there's a key door. He can spend the key here to keep going in 8. We are not ladder blocked. Please don't let the ladder be an 8. 6 has a heart. 6 has a heart and still a floor drop, correct? We haven't seen the floor drop in 6 yet?
Checking the tracker. I don't believe so.
Okay. You kind of hate
But
to
Imagine
dig...
Sleep will correct us if I'm wrong, so that's okay.
Yeah. You kind of hate to dig a floor drop out of a shape 6 because it's so big and your floor drop could be anywhere. Especially this early in a seed where, for all you know, everything is in level 2. So you might not want to spend all that time in 6. But, and you've got the recorder to come back anytime you want.
And there's also a lot of exploration left on the overworld too. You haven't found enough dungeons. You haven't found white sword item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, white sword item could be that ladder that unlocks 8. The key door could still be what unlocks 8. Yeah. So, Chrono knows where the Triforce is, chose to keep digging. It's never the wrong play, because the item is either here or it's not. Ooh, the Lionels are here, though.
Billick going, choosing not to give up his life for the Mugger room.
Yeah, I think it's a good play when you've explored as little of 6 as Billick has. ChronoJJ paid that Mugger and then ran straight into a ladder block, so Billick doesn't know how good of an idea skipping that Mugger was yet.
Absolutely.
But when you have more of 6 to dig, it's very reasonable to assume that Mugger is not yet required. Force the game to make me think it's required. Yes. Mm-hmm. Billick finds a different connector than the one ChronoJJ took. I wonder if this 6 is segmented, because 6 would normally only have one connector. I think that might be the second connector I've seen.
I believe it. I believe you're right.
Yeah. Well, 6 having the most rooms out of all 6 of our shape dungeons tonight should have the most room to be segmented, so that kind of... Oh, beefy keys. See, that's something that's going to hurt ChronoJJ, but not Billick, because those keys have 2 HP, so Billick is going to be like, oh, what? They die in one sword hit. I don't see what the big deal is. And meanwhile, ChronoJJ has to deal with keys that can fly through his sword and hit him, which is why beefy keys are so bad. Billick got really lucky with that early white sword in 5. Oh, shoot.
Never get tired of that one. Yeah, and Billick's exploring a lot of rooms, but his exploration moving so much faster because the small gorillas are melting with 1 hit. The other gorillas are taking only 2 hits, and like you mentioned, if he runs into any other enemies like Keese that normally you can just take out right away, Chrono has to stop and actually take his time on them. They're actually a threat when they're 2 HP.
Oh wow, red Lionels are actually only 2 hits. The white sword's killing them in 1 shot. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, Chrono taking another hit. If he can, if something gets him to leave and go explore, and he can find the sword and get on an even playing field, that would be great. Ooh,
yeah, that would help a lot. Chrono could find 5, get that free Dig Dogger item. Chrono could still find really just about anything anywhere. This seed is still wide open. There could be a wand, there could be a red ring or an any key. Even the ladder. Sometimes the bow is your combat upgrade. You buy an arrow and now your bow does white sword damage for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of ways ChronoJJ can make up for not having the white sword besides going in the 5 and getting it for free.
Yeah, and Billick just cleared that room we were talking about earlier in 17 seconds. So,
oh damn, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna add up fast over this seed. Sure is. But
Lots
you
of
know
things
what?
can
Like,
still leave.
ChronoJJ didn't do anything wrong by not finding that white sword in 5. Like, it's not Chrono's fault he didn't find 5, or chose not to dig it if he did, and I'm wrong. It's just how Rando goes sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's just the order of operations sometimes isn't in your favor. There's lots that can still even us out too. 9 is always going to be who gets the right exploration and gets lucky there. And there is that one item that was under the white sword, that was under that sea room that Billick
Yep.
didn't get. And if Chrono knows to check it and it ends up being important or beneficial, that could be a big difference too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Now we don't maybe know it's an item. We did find a connector in 5, but we didn't take both halves of it. Oh, there's the
Right.
shape of 6. Oh, name that ink blot. I'll let chat go first. But yeah. So but you're right though. That Dig Dogger room where Billick got the free white sword could have been a blessing and a curse if there's something really good under that staircase and he skipped it because maybe thinking there can't be 2 items in the same room. Oh yeah. Especially if one of them is on the floor in a push block room. Oh yeah. Got a little creature looking thing in 5 or 6 rather. Maybe a little bit ET. Maybe some kind of
Yeah,
goblin.
it looked kind of sinister. Chrono's gonna check first quest 5 here, see what we got up the mountain.
Yep, good time to do it. I mean, optimally you screen scroll, but there's no wrong way to check this spot. Anything that doesn't abandon it. And if you come from the left side like Chrono did, just doing it the long way is the best way. It does kind of abandon this power bracelet check, but it may not be required.
Yeah, that's one you keep in your head.
Fine. Yeah.
That's when you keep in your head if I can't find something after all this and I finally get the power bracelet, okay, I'll go check this one screen now.
Yeah. So both players found a stair item in 6, and I still don't remember if they found the floor item. Oh. Chat might be seeing heart. So 6 may have had 2 hearts.
And Billick's still going to be exploring. I thought maybe he was going back for the Triforce and moving on, but he wants to explore the rest of this and try and find it.
Yeah. If it is, if something good is the second item in 6, that's huge for Billick, because we were just talking about ways Billick could abandon a check and it could benefit Chrono. Well, what if Chrono is the one who actually abandoned the check? We don't know yet, with so few checks made. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Chrono...
Billick looks like he's had enough.
Yeah, he's moving on. I don't blame him.
So Chrono spent that key. This is the $80 key. To get into Shapes 1, unlock the Rupee boss, give him a key that he's immediately going to spend, go to the next room, as the old man would say, triangle. Well,
okay. You at least got a triangle for your trouble.
Okay, that's nice. He's choosing to retry to get his key back. So he knows where the triangle is. There was another key door in that one. I think he wants an item. He knows that one is going to be very fast to clean up at the end of the seed, if that's what it comes down to. He wants items right now. He needs item checks. He's going to go unlock that other door and hope there's something free on the floor, as level 1 tends to give you.
Yeah, so and that wasn't a very long walk back to 1, so no. I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, being a Shapes 1, it's going to have 2 items on the floor and 1 item in a staircase. So this could be okay. Yep. There's that remove open stairs thing we were talking about.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
You want that? Now you go buy an arrow, so you get a combat upgrade. Sick. All right. Keep going. Maybe Red Ring is the room south of this. I mean, I'm being really kind here. Probably not, but it could be.
And he did get that key refunded when he came in too, so he ends up not having to pick and choose if he finds the other items too.
Yeah, always great. I was about to say this room can drop, but yeah, I was gonna say I might up A out of here instead of killing those bunnies. They're gonna have way
Yeah.
too much HP.
You didn't buy your arrow yet. We'll come back to these guys later. Worry about bunnies later.
Yeah, yeah. Now, fortunately, the small key was a free drop on the floor, so he doesn't have to clear that particular room.
True.
But there could be bunnies elsewhere in this one, guarding items. I don't know if I've made a note of any arrow shops. I know as a player I do. As a commentator, I sometimes don't. I just trust our players will go get whatever they want from the
Right.
store whenever they feel like they need it. Ooh.
I mean, he's got the blue bubble room two up if he does take a bump, but
Nicely
gets
done.
through.
Dodged the bubbles and the BMOS. Love to see it. Boomerang. So that might kill some 0 HP enemies if any of these things are 0. He's giving it a shot here. Oh, nope. Great. Beefy keys and beefy tektites. Don't want to see it. So now we've found one stair item and one floor item. We're still looking for a floor item. It could easily be in this grid room. Our white sword item is a heart container. Billick finds it at vanilla level 3. Kind of surprised no player's been there yet. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Chrono's just trying to get this one blue whiz robe while dodging at least first quest bubbles. So if you take a hit, it's not
You can say it. It's not a catastrophe.
I was about to say my brain paused.
You can say it.
I said catastrophe, and my brain goes, wait, that's something.
No, it's funny. You can do it. I say it too. It's great. This seed's been a total catastrophe. Oh yeah. No, it's great. It's always funny every time.
Ooh, finds the bomb room for faster walk back.
Yep. So I wonder now where that last floor item can be.
He's got an extra key.
Yeah. It is a shape 1. Oh!
Ooh.
Wow, this one had
All the
everything
ranged
for Chrono.
combat.
Yeah, bow and wand. So now that's going to give ChronoJJ back a bit of the speed Billick's been enjoying. Billick finds 3. Wow, recorder blocks everything this seed. 6 and 3. It's a good thing we got 2 recorders because we needed it twice.
Yes.
We haven't seen anything in this 3 yet.
And Chrono knows that path back to the Triforce, so you can mark off level 1 entirely, never have to come back, see it again.
Very good. Very kind early shapes map for 3. You love to see it. Ladder block. You don't love to see it. Maybe 3 will have this ladder.
It also just might be an annoying block to where it's not actually cutting anything off either.
Could be. Send help. So Chrono found our last big secret in the Dead Woods. So now all 362 secrets have been found.
Those big giant 62s.
Yeah, right. Yep, Chrono buying the arrow, like you do after you find the bow.
Absolutely.
I do like buying the arrow, but I personally only buy it after I buy the bow, because I get more mileage out of the blue ring myself, because I like taking damage. And the thing with buying the arrow before seeing the bow is half the time I find the silvers first anyway, because that's how randomizers work, you know? Like
Absolutely.
half your seeds, you will find the silvers first. That's just how randomizer works. So,
Chrono did find the heart for having enough hearts. So, again, a little beefier there. I dare say he might have the upper hand on combat now too.
No, wand is great.
So Billick's got the survivability. Chrono's got the offense.
Yeah, that bow too. Nothing else works on bunnies like the bow does. So depending which dungeons those bunnies rolled into, we've seen them in one so far. They're in the Wizrobe tile set or enemy set. So if you have a dungeon like maybe 1Q8 that has required bunnies in it, could be a big time save for Chrono. The more often that happens. And also, his wand is permanent sword beams, in terms of Billick's white sword there. So that's great.
Oh, and just key drop there.
I mean, we take those.
there's nothing quite as satisfying in Zelda and maybe most video gaming as shooting an arrow and killing 3 or 4 bunnies in one shot. It's just
Oh, yeah. So Chrono now also finding level 3, and Billick is fighting this Gleeok from the wrong side. No disrespect, but Gleeok's hitbox skews up and left. And its fireballs also tend to spawn from, the top left corner of whatever sprite it's shooting from at the moment. So you're at a very big disadvantage fighting Gleeok from the left side. I wonder if Billick knows you can safely walk through the thing's butt.
I was just about to ask is if maybe they didn't realize you can walk through the body there.
Yeah, the body is actually completely free to pass through. It has no collision. The only time Gleeok appears in the vanilla game, they build walls around it so you can't walk through its butt. But yeah, if you walk through its butt, you get... There we go! Free combat from the right side, but is it too late? Please win. I hate to see you lose.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
No! He didn't save the room.
Oh.
Almost. So that Gleeok is going to respawn.
That is a combat room that is... he has the white sword and blue ring, so it's at least a combat room that's doable, and especially coming back to it, now realizing you can walk through there, hopefully round 2 is a little smoother.
Yeah. Always fight your Gleeoks from the right side, indeed.
And ChronoJJ is about to be there too, and he's got the wand to do extra damage, but doesn't have the survivability, so... and Gleeok can hit hard. Yeah,
the damage won't change in this particular randomizer flag set. Each bubble will only do 1 heart of... each fireball will only do 1 heart of damage, but that's enough. Gleeok shoots fast enough, and you have essentially no iframes due to your iframes running out before the next bubble spawns, that you can get bodied real quick. 1 heart, less than a second.
Billick did find our floor drop in 3, found a heart.
That's good. So we're still looking for a staircase item. Billick going for round 2 against this 4-headed Gleeok. Now knows to fight it from the right side. Wonder why he fought it from the left side the first time. But yeah, that's the power of the blue ring right there. Was basically able to face tank it.
Absolutely, blue ring and those giant Gleeok hitboxes.
Exactly. Yeah. The Gleeok was guarding our heart container. Well, okay, that opens up mags.
I was about to say, that does make mags eligible.
20% chance to take mags with 10 hearts. And neither player's found mags yet, so it's always great when you pick up mags the first time you see it. So probably not a bad thing Billick went back. He's got the information now, Nothing like leaving an item behind in 3 and being like, oh man, that wasn't my bow, was it? So, especially when you need bow silvers and probably a ladder for 8. I mean, you can't leave anything behind in 3. So.
Absolutely. Especially such a friendly shapes map 3 like this. I would feel terrible leaving this one.
Yeah, I don't think any runner in the tournament would. Ooh, Chrono's like, yeah, I can't do that, Gleeok. Oh, but so is he going to leave the heart container in 3? Little does Chrono know. Chrono's seen every other room in this 3, except for the room behind the Gleeok, and maybe the room south of this. So we'll see if Chrono goes back in, maybe uses the full health from this Triforce to fight that Gleeok. I bet that's what he does.
Billick found 4 underneath a tree in the woods. Ooh!
Oh, free red ring. Now that negates the very expensive purchase Billick made, but especially because it was under a candle spot. But Chrono doesn't have it yet. Oh, well, this room could have an item as well. Gonna use the Triforce there to get his sword back, I assume.
I was about to say, he can't fight it right now, so he's got to grab a triangle to get back from the curse.
Billick just gonna nope out of 4? Alright. You got through a quarter, you can come back later, but...
Yeah.
Well, you can always,
I don't hate it. Sometimes those two-room dungeons... Take them and run, and that can be the difference.
Yeah.
If that's 2 more hearts or something that you end up not needing at all, that could be, and your opponent ends up digging that all the rooms in that one. That could be a big difference.
Yeah, indeed, and and it's not even 2 items; it's 1 item.
Oh, that's right. Red ring was in the first room, so yeah.
Yeah. So considering that the entirety of 4, the rooms per item dig ratio on going further in that 4 is actually really poor. You know, there's going to be like 20 rooms for a single item. Yeah, you know what? Don't do it. Good point. Yeah.
I want that added to like the mathematical formulas, the rooms per item dig ratio.
Right? Because I mean, that's what it's really all about is the rooms per item dig. And when you get red ring in the first room, Triforce in the second room. Oh, and it's a shapes 4, by the way. So it's find the magic bomb wall. Nah, forget it. I'm out.
Yeah.
You can leave it. Now let's see how Chrono plays this for.
Chrono's going to be real happy to see that red. He's been taking full damage up until now.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be happy to see the red ring, but not the other kind of red in this room.
True.
And then the gold.
Now Billick did find the bow, and he's choosing not to up A out of here because he's got full health and he's got a lot of exploring left to do in here. So I don't blame him there.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna find that boomerang on the floor, just 2 screens to the east of here. Oh, did Billick abandon it? No, it's a connector.
Oh, that could have been interesting right there.
We said that about Billick's level 5. Billick took the white sword and 5 and ran. Oh,
Ooh,
God.
triple segment.
That floor. Wow, Billick has no idea how good of a decision they made. Unless the silvers are right down here.
Yeah, unless this ends up being absolutely required.
I might have stuck my head in that room a little bit. Oh, it's a dark room. So dark rooms never have... Apparently dark rooms never have anything good. I didn't know this.
I am learning that right now.
Yeah. I was watching another race where somebody else was doing commentary, and I learned that dark rooms never have anything good in them. Never have important items. They can have like a compass, maybe a small key, if they can have any floor drops at all. But never an important item, and I didn't know that.
Good.
So,
Chrono is going to go find the other item in here.
All right. So he's fully explored the first segment you enter from. Ooh, good dodge.
Good dodge.
Chrono does have the wand, so that if he gets bubbled, he's not forced to quit a segment early.
I do like resetting this blue whiz robe back into a big gel.
Yep. Much faster. Good, good. So now let's see where this segment takes us. Billick, meanwhile, cleaning up this one. We'll probably get the last one. Patra. All right. Well.
All right. So you're not going back anytime soon.
Ladder blocked
Ooh.
4. Wow. Billick made a great play. So even if silvers are in 4, worst case scenario, they're also ladder blocked.
Yeah, it was a required double dip if it ends up being in there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Now Billick, exploring this one, he at least had the benefit of having keys and not having to retry and things like that to get back here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Makes things go a little faster. I guess Billick didn't find the heart to the left and is going to explore these last 2 rooms above the Triforce that Chrono didn't have to. It's only 2 rooms. It won't make or break the seed. Just pointing out that Chrono didn't do this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, or was this the room with the heart? No. We never saw this room.
He's going to clear it, too.
Dig Dogger rolled up. Oh, we get a key, though. We do like keys in this seed. It's very important that Billick has 4 keys while Chrono has 1. And there's a key.
Billick's built up a nice stash of keys there.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Billick now getting the bad news that it's the leftmost room that he left his item behind in. It's closer to start. He's going to do it by taking the warp back to start.
Ironically, full health. Usually I grab that so I can go back and explore full health, but this was just a quicker trip.
Yeah, indeed. Chrono finding one of the take any's that Billick found a little earlier, giving him his 10th heart. So now I think not only are players tied on hearts, they're tied on the exact same hearts.
Yeah, and they each have a different offensive advantage. Chrono's got the wand, but Billick has a white sword straight up. So both have around the same functionality, just in different ways.
Yeah. And Chrono will have more money available to him in the seed. Billick spent that 250 rupees on the blue ring play, which honestly, even though he picked up the I'm sorry, it was the wand, not the heart. Right. Even though he picked up the red ring, for the amount of time he had that blue ring, I think it still paid off for him. because the enemies
Especially
do
because
so much damage.
he's back up to 164 rupees too, so it's not like
Yeah,
he's broke.
and this was a poverty seed with a 60 rupee big secret. So he ended up doing just fine. Oh, very nice map. Oh yeah, wait, we already knew second quest was second half. Second half for second quest. Yeah, so
It's still nice to see that reassurance when you walk in, like, okay, yeah, I did track this right. This is going to be second quest.
And you know, I track faster when I have the map. I'll pick up the map even if I know it's vanilla shape, as long as I'm not going like out of my way to get it or braving some red bubbles or anything. Chrono using the pause strats for the Big Dogger. It's a cool strategy where you place the bomb and then pause and switch to the recorder so you can get mugged. Great. He's now out of Mag's range. But, and then when you do that, the timer for the bomb keeps ticking, so it explodes and kills the Dig Dogger before it can move away. Very nice strategy. I might try to bomb out of this room and get the Triforce instead of checking connectors. Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to, too.
Yeah. He was just checking to see if it was his item, actually. That's what he was doing. Level 7 and 8 in vanilla are two spirals that fit neatly inside of each other. And their big gimmick is not a lot of doors and all connectors. So it looks like a linear walk along the spiral. It is anything but. You'll never take more than 3 or 4 rooms usually before being forced to take a connector.
Absolutely. It's especially with it being small for level 7, but it takes so long just because you're walking upstairs trying to figure out correct paths for connectors. It's disguised as a small dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah, disguised as a small dungeon is a good way to put it. Yeah. Still generally got better reviews than 1Q7, but yeah. Still worthy of being a level 7.
Absolutely. Okay, Koreas are dying in one hit to the wand, so this room could be miserable, but isn't too bad.
And with that red ring, Chrono's not even picking the heart pickups up. So there we go. Wonder if he's going to take this connector back to the middle. I forget.
Billick now finding the same 7, so now they're both in 7. Just going to be interesting to see how each decision goes on each side. So
far now, now that they've fixed up that little route divergence for level 6 and 8, I believe, both players choosing to abandon 8, and 1 as well. I think the only difference between our runners is that Billick's done 5 and Chrono's done a little bit more overworld, and I think that's the only difference in our race now. Now, anyways, there's more of a difference a couple minutes ago. Billick just paying the mugger. Keeping his 3 hearts, that gives him a 40% chance at Mags if he ever discovers its location. Magic Sword would speed anybody up. Even in the vanilla speed run, they take it. Vanilla speed run gets 12 hearts just to pick up Mags. It's nuts.
If the weapon is good enough for world record speedrunners, then it's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's quad damage. I like quad damage. It makes Ganon die to 4 hits. Even I can kill Ganon if I have the Magic Sword.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah.
And a Ganon fight can be the big difference too. So. Oh, he had enough to pay the Chrono had enough to pay the mugger with money this time.
Wow, so 2 muggers in 7 is actually normal, I think. It's either 7 or 8 in second quest. There's our floor drop in 7. Carefully dodged. Blue boomerang for anybody who's playing by ear. So now it's a Triforce and a staircase item, and we are kind of starting to run out of dungeons. Our seed was way open when we started, go figure. But now that we've filled in a lot of information, and both of our runners have almost the same information, those silvers and ladder have to be somewhere.
Yeah,
ladder technically doesn't have to be anywhere, but silvers do.
Yeah, the only real difference we've had so far is Chrono stopped to buy the arrows. Other than that, they're pretty much running off almost exact same info, same setups and everything at this point.
Yeah, Billick does have the Triforce and White Sword out of 5, and Chrono either hasn't seen 5 or hasn't seen 5 since 5 minutes into the race. So I'm going to count that as not having seen 5. I don't know if he knows where it is, but yeah. So Chrono is going to have to go back to 5, while Billick thinks he's done with it. Something important could be the second item in 5, and Billick may have abandoned it. We will see.
And a key
Chrono.
for taking out that rupee boss on Chrono's side.
Well done. Well done, hard fought. Staircase item is a heart. Alright.
So
Interesting.
7 ends up just being a boomerang and a heart. So not worth digging, but obviously you never know that as you're going.
Yep. And for Chrono, that puts him back in the Mags territory. Slick block clip there to get to the Triforce room. Right through that turnstile.
You always feel good when you hit that in one try. It just makes you feel like you did something cool.
Indeed. So Billick, meanwhile, needs to find that magic stair to the other part of the inside of the spiral. I think Chrono did try to bomb everything from the top left of that 9-room block. Could not get over to the Triforce or the stair heart. So I forget where that connector was that got Chrono over there.
And this is where Chrono can make up some of the difference in... Billick has that exploration in Triforce out of 5. If Chrono got it out of 7 a little sooner, can make up some of that ground if he can find something important up in Death Mountain here.
Indeed. And, statistically, I don't think we've seen levels 2 or 9 yet. Those are the only 2 levels we don't have information on. Both players have seen 8, and they either need a key or a ladder to progress further. They found that 8 early in the seed as well when they were not really equipped for it. So, but both players do have information on where 8 is located. It is just 2 and 9 we need to find.
Back when keys were scarce.
Yeah, back when keys were scarce, indeed. We were key-starved a little early, but then if you dig the dungeons further away from your start screen, the keys are everywhere. Is this the room? Is this the room? Okay, yeah. So there's the magic boomerang that Chrono skipped. Billick is also skipping it. Oh, okay. So this is a push block I don't know if Chrono took. Or maybe he did come back.
He saw that it was a transport and went back.
Okay. So maybe that was the transport that took him into the L.
Oh,
there's 2.
Chrono finds 2.
So it was on Death Mountain. Oh, right. So this ladder block forces you to find the stair item in the Triforce. That's nice. If that ladder block wasn't there, it could have been an even longer dig of 7. So West Death Mountain has our 2. And where's 9?
That's kind of an important one to find.
Yeah. It's a good one to find last, because it doesn't do you much good to find it early. But you do need to find it. And the earlier you find it, the less overworld you can do. We have found our white sword item. It was a heart. Our coast item is a heart. And our Armos item was the recorder we started with, which is in some ways worse than having 3 hearts as your overworld items. We just need that level 9 and we'll have full overworld information. Oh, Billick went the wrong way to get his stair heart. There's not many other wrong choices he can make on the inside of the spiral here, so he'll finish up pretty quick.
Absolutely, and honestly, with the way this 7's been mixing me around, if I can find that path of the Triforce, I might just gamble and leave with that one without spotting that last item.
Oh, thank goodness Billick didn't take that connector. He knows he's close to the Triforce. He chose not to do it. I'm glad he didn't. Yeah, here's that hard-fought rupee boss. One to the right will be his stair heart, and then he'll go up, get the Triforce, see where he goes next.
Chrono did find the Triforce in 2 and is exploring the area.
So Fred has logic and shapes to promise you fairly quick maps. Fred will always be like, okay, so for these levels, the map is behind 0 to 1 bomb holes. For these levels, the map is behind 0 to 2 bomb holes, that sort of a thing. Billick also nailing the block clip to get up to the Triforce room. well-played turnstile room there.
Uh,
Yeah, but Fred never promises that that map is accessible. It can always be ladder blocked in a moat room.
that's true. Someone
in a shape
asking,
where you need it. Okay.
no, someone asking in chat if we've seen 8. We did see 8, but it was either it was ladder blocked, or at the time we had almost no keys, and there was one last key door we could take. So they do know where 8 is, but they have not actually explored almost any of it.
Yeah. So, and then besides 8, yeah, it's just 9 now. And Billick needs to find 2, but he will very shortly. He's got 7 bombs. He's not going to double dip this West Death Mountain. Does take the arrow. Yep, because you've got the bow. Now is the time to buy the arrow. And you know what? Billick's paid all of his muggers. So that money is his to keep. May as well spend it. I like it.
And you also know that there's no overworld items left to find, so you're not going to find silvers in the overworld. And honestly,
you're not 10.
And obviously, I'd be a little upset if I got into the next dungeon and it was arrow blocked. So
yeah, indeed, can always happen. It's very rare for Gorias to block anything, because they pretty much have to block a shutter or a staircase. And with shapes, Gorias blocking a critical bottleneck in a dungeon is pretty rare, unfortunately, with Fred's seed. As much as I like to see it, it's unfortunately rare. But yeah, no, it can happen. You're absolutely right. When it does happen and you have to double dip just for the arrow, feels bad.
It's up there with bait block. It can technically still happen. It just almost never does.
Yeah, like 2Q3 being that linear L shape, very likely to have a bait block. But then 1Q7, half the time Fred randomizes the bait block. He puts it on the south side of the dungeon where it does nothing anyway. Or the very north wall where it's guaranteed to do nothing, So it's... Yeah, that's just randomizer for you. But it just makes it more exciting and more game-changing when it does happen. Did Billick somehow miss this level 2? I think he's closer to Mags now than level 2. How did that happen? And where did his 7 bombs go?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I thought 2 was up.
This is the screen with Mags. Oh my god, he's recording away. So he's got 2 more hearts than ChronoJJ. He's got 60% chance at Mags. And he was on the screen with Mags, somehow ran out of 7 bombs. What? I must have missed it.
And while Billick's running out of bombs, Chrono has been forcing bombs like crazy on his side.
Good. Forcing bombs is an important skill for Randomizer. Love to see it. I'm not very good at it myself.
Agreed.
So Chrono now exploring Candle Row. I think we've seen Candle Row.
I do this too. I never know if I hit the right tree, so I always go back and make sure I didn't mess up.
I can guess myself, yeah. I think 5 was around here. Yeah.
There it is.
Okay. So we'll see if ChronoJJ kills that Dig Dogger that Billick skipped. At this point, with everything we found, it's looking more and more likely that something was there. Chrono's gonna dig this. I know he is. There's still an any key, a silver, and a ladder left. And technically, 9 could be raft blocked.
That's true. We still haven't actually found 9.
9 could also be power bracelet blocked, actually. So there's 2 progression items that could be blocking your 9 here. Yeah, you gotta dig. Of course, it'll be a short dig, because if I remember correctly, there was nothing needed to get the white sword off the floor. If you ignore the key doors and take the path of least resistance, as Billick did 5 minutes into the seed, you'll get the white sword 5 minutes into the seed. This is a connector, and Billick never followed it. It might lead him 1 screen south into that Dig Dogger. We'll see if it does. Nah, I wouldn't take the connector either.
Too many open paths to take right now.
Exactly. It's a shame Billick never found that Mags and level 2 on West Death Mountain. He may last location that, and go back to digging dungeons for a raft and a power bracelet. That would be really unfortunate. Give a lot of time to ChronoJJ. Okay, yeah, so he's going to do this 8. So Billick knows where the 8 is and knows he was blocked, like I said, 10 minutes into the seed. Yes, that was one of your blocks. But on the other side is the block you can do something about, your key block. And hopefully, because this is the spiral, there's a connector that leads to a part with a connector. Now, this connector here was really funny. It was a one-way into a middle of a Chevy with a floor drop heart container. So you had to grab your heart container and leave. It was recorder blocked, but recorder was both our armless item and our starting item, so that does nothing. Chrono killed the dig dogger, gonna reset the room, probably grab his white sword and test the push block. This is pivotal. If this is the other half of the connector, then it means nothing. If this is an item, Billick has very hard abandoned it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I called that 5 minutes into the seed. I said, with remove open stairs, that can easily be a double item room, and Billick didn't seem to think a double item room was possible. So, is that raft useless, or is it level 9? That's exciting.
That could be...
Oh boy.
Lack of a better term, game-changing.
Yeah. Because, man, Billick has now abandoned West Death Mountain, but he is super abandoned that raft. Fortunately, it was the raft, not the power bracelet, and level 9 is more likely to be power bracelet than raft blocked. But don't leave that to chance. Oh no, don't leave that to chance. I wonder if Chrono cashes in that raft right now, or if Chrono goes to 8. Oh, or why not both? Because 8 was over here, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Why
Might
not
as well
both?
check while you're over here.
So we have the floor drop out of this 8. We just need a staircase item. I believe it's a...
All right, Chrono's going to finish 8. Or hopefully finish 8.
Different shades of magenta for both players.
Yeah.
Due to their different hardware setups. Yeah.
I think I prefer the slightly more vibrant pink on Chrono's side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got its charm. So I think Billick dipped. Why did Billick leave? Not key blocked, not bomb blocked.
Might have not been able to find any way forward that was either not extremely frustrating or ladder blocked.
Yeah, chat is saying it could have been completely ladder blocked. That's a good point. There was only one connector to take even after spending the key, so maybe it's just completely ladder blocked. That tells us that the ladder is in the lower 8 levels, if true. And there are a decreasing number of places for that ladder to be hiding. It won't be an 8 then, because we've got the only item out of 8 we can get with the ladder block. And I don't think Fred puts one-ways into the middle of Chevys in logic anyway. So that one heart container wouldn't have been in logic. Stu... Let me think about this. We've full cleared 1. I don't know if Chrono full cleared 2. Did pay 1 heart to a mugger. 3 was done. 4 we only got 1 item out of. Billick did get back to West Death Mountain. Very good.
Found his 2.
And the one screen... There's a heart and 2. Okay, so it was 2 hearts.
I don't think we saw the other item in 2, though. Not that I...
Interesting that Chrono would have abandoned an item in 2 this late in the race, because normally 2, even a Shapes 2... Oh god, okay, I see why he did it now. Never mind. We already covered it. This was a Magic Bomb Wall 2. It was a Magic Bomb Wall 2, and the map is ladder blocked. So, Billick doesn't even want to get the Triforce out of this too. He's like, hang on, I'm going to finish my West Death Mountain and come back to this later. Oh no, he's pirouetting the West Wall. I don't know if that opens. It does!
It does! Okay.
I don't think Chrono went this way.
Oh, he did, because I remember this room.
You're right. So yeah, we have a Magic Bomb Wall 2 with a ladder blocked map. And the ladder could easily be that item in 2 now, blocking the map. So, thanks.
Chrono back to level 6, trying to see what might have been left behind.
Interesting. I don't think Chrono has checked both raft spots yet. but this could be his ladder or silvers, and Chrono has the earlier information, or now both players have the information that 8 is ladder blocked. So
Right. Yeah, no point in checking raft spots if you know you until you have all 8 Triforces anyway at this point.
That's true. It's true. Billick took a connector in 2. Real Sam McGee in chat saying that there was a connector leading to a Triforce and Chrono took it. Sounds about right. Oh, yeah, there it is. So,
Real Sam, white sword item was a heart, yes.
Yep. Yeah, our overworld items were 2 heart containers and the recorder that we started with.
Chrono just found the ladder in 6.
Wow. So I guess Billick has also abandoned that, and it's going to be required for 8. So that's a problem. That's actually big for Chrono. I wonder, Chrono can go pick up that Coast Heart if he wants.
Yeah.
Maybe just feels like he's got to hurry though. For an hour 4, he might just want to go.
Yeah, if I'm at an hour 4 and I'm still missing a Triforce and haven't even found 9, I'm gonna try not to take any extra safeties that I can avoid.
Yeah. Maybe if you have to check that Coast 9 or check Coast Raft Spot 49.
Yeah. Then it's only
Maybe,
2 screens.
but,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with Red Ring though, that 11 hearts feels like 44 hearts.
Right.
So I mean, I mean, how happy are you with 48 hearts versus 44 hearts? Now,
there's the power bracelet.
Oh wow! So Chrono has all the answers now.
So power bracelet is ladder blocked.
Oh my goodness! What if?
So now at this
Raft,
point,
actually.
Yeah. So now at this point, no matter what ends up, if 9 ends up being bracelet blocked or raft blocked, Chrono's got the upper hand on it. I was just about to say, like 30 seconds ago, I was going to say Billick has to hope that 9 is bracelet blocked and not raft blocked, and he finds the bracelet first. But now that's out the window.
Yep. Yeah, looking good for Chrono. And it's too bad for Billick. I really hope that Billick, after finishing this 2, which he's about to do, goes like, I think, 1 screen left. Yeah, okay, now I know why Chrono didn't get the second item out of 2. This 2 is dumb. I think Billick spent 12 bombs that all did nothing.
Yeah, I think the only bomb holes he opened up were from Pirouette.
Yeah,
He's
really.
going back though.
Oh, he pirouetted another bomb wall accidentally. The one on the south. Okay. What if this is our floor drop? Oh no, the floor drop we've seen. We're looking for a stair. 8 keys for both runners. Therefore, the any key is now allowed to drop.
I thought Chrono was only 2 rooms away from the Triforce, but it ended up being transport anyway. So now I gotta take the long way there, anyways.
Yeah, that's the secret meanness of that spiral. Is just you think you're close, but it's never.
Ooh!
Whoa.
There we go.
Wow, so both runners have something, the other one is hard abandoned. So that bomb wall in 2 is going to be really hard to find. If Chrono ever goes back, Chrono has the ladder, so Chrono can get the map. Please spend your last bomb on the Magic Sword Cave, Billick, because you're probably picking it up.
He's leaving.
Chrono?
He's leaving.
Ah! The magic sword's right there, 2 screens to the left. Go get it. No! I'm so sure you can pick it up. Never mind.
So
it's
now
true. He's only 50. Well, wait, no, because 20, 40. He's 80% for mags.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Now Billick needs to go back to 6. That's
Billick is. He's going back. No, isn't that the screen with mags right there? 1 screen to the right? Did he miss bomb it?
He failed at 12.
Yeah. Oh, I had the wrong screen. There we go. Okay,
it is 13.
It is 13. Okay. I know. Chrono's never had 12 hearts. Oh, Billick did try at 12, and I wasn't watching. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the only mags attempts we had this seed was Chrono at 10. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. No.
If Billick had attempted at 12, that might have changed things. I didn't realize.
One thing I'll say is we're an hour and 8 minutes in, and I couldn't confidently tell you how this is finishing yet, because they both have information the other one desperately needs and has given up on actually the right way to find it. So
Yeah,
this is still anyone's race at an hour 10.
Yeah, Billick stuck around in that very nasty 2, which is something you don't hear very often from a commentator. Found the magic bomb wall for the silvers. Both runners probably spent as much in 2 as they did in 7. Got those silvers, but left behind the raft in 5 and the power bracelet in 8. I didn't really leave behind the power bracelet in 8. Needs to go make a ladder dig of 8, but left the ladder behind in 6. So Billick is multiple progression items behind. Meanwhile, ChronoJJ might dig every item from every dungeon, or just hope silvers are in 9, which would be a disaster.
Yeah,
both players need.
I think if you can get to that Triforce in 8, you go look for 9. You know you have the tools to find 9, and even though in hindsight I know it's the wrong choice, I would probably be hoping silvers were in 9 at this point.
Oh, I think it's mathematical. I think so out of red candle, there's another item found. I was going to say there's one item in 8, one item in. No, we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ladder was the second item in 6. 7 had a heart and the boomerang. Yeah, that red candle was the second thing in 8. So, yeah. 8 had the power bracelet candle and the floor heart. Oh, shoot.
Oh, that's the other side. That's the room to the left of the Triforce, too. So you can't get to the Triforce from this side.
But wait, so we're still missing any key, book, and... Oh, yeah, and silver. We're not missing silver. Right, so that means any key and book have to be our 9 items, because we found every heart container.
Right.
Okay, so... Then that is bad for Chrono. Well, at least the book's in 9 to give you the hints. The energy in 9 might not be important, but
it's going to be which one of them ends up digging the right, double dipping the right dungeon first. Does Chrono get back to 2 and find the silvers, or does Billick get back to 6 and find the ladder?
Yeah, and I will say, if Chrono goes back to 2, he'll have the ladder to get the map, which will tell him where the magic bomb wall is.
Right.
So it's like a virtually ladder-blocked pair of silvers. Billick digging 6.
Okay.
Billick's going to get his ladder, could enter 8, and be the first player. Well, we don't know, because we don't know if the 9 is power bracelet or raft blocked, but we're thinking it's got to be either.
And Kronos is showing us that this 8 isn't easy to navigate either. He's been in here a while with ladder, and it looks like he's just going to be getting to the Triforce now.
Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, this is the vanilla level 8 experience.
Yes.
It looks linear. It looks like all those rooms are connected. They are not.
Yeah, it looks like you should be able to just sprint from start to finish and be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, nope, anything but. Lots of basements required. That 8 is secretly like 5 segmented. It's pretty gross. And then the false walls. 7 doesn't have any false walls. I think 8 does. So that's always helpful.
And it's a patch regarding the Triforce too. At this point in the game, that's not nothing to worry about. But
yeah, just a little extra there for our runners.
Yeah.
Required Patra. Not that it was even possible to get here early in the game.
Still, Kronos is the first one eligible to get into 9. We haven't seen 9 yet, but he can enter once he finds it.
Yep. Now, I will say this too. So Billick left behind 1 item in 6, 2 items in 8. I mean, forced to because of that ladder in 6. And that item in 5. ChronoJJ has done a full clear of, I think, everything besides 2. Maybe 7? No, but probably just 2. So I think Chrono only has 3 items left to dig in this whole seed, 2 of which are in 9. So he's very, reasonably going to guess 9. It's not correct, but that's fine. Whereas Billick, won't have to gamble, because as soon as Billick gets his ladder coming soon in 6...
Ooh. Chrono's back to 2.
Oh, wow. Chrono wants 2 before 9. It is the correct play.
Yes.
Chrono thinks that digging the first item out of 2, or the second item out of 2, is going to be faster than digging the first item out of 9, and that way, once he gets into 9, he can just go full 9. I think I'm right. He's only got 3 items left to dig. Why not just do this now? It's going to pay off. Big.
And Billick needs to find this ladder to be able to stay on pace.
In the race. Of course, there is still the issue of finding level 9, but Chrono has both ways it can be blocked. In both ways, it's likely blocked. So, Billick paying the heart now that he's got mags. Yeah. You know, that's 50 silver arrows he paid with that heart. If you've got that many hearts, mags is already in your hand, and you've got silvers, I can actually see the money being worth more than the heart. I wonder why Billick didn't kill that Gleeok. Taking the connector instead to the bottom part? Is that where the ladder was?
That map in 2 just looks gross.
Thanks, game. So, yeah. But it also narrows down where the silvers are. We know they're in the east part of the top bit, I think. Gotta take that connector.
I always forget for a split second that they have red ring, and when I watch Chrono just walk right into the middle of 6 Lionels, I'm like, oh, wait, this doesn't aim heart.
Yeah. I'm just gonna face tank this.
Yeah.
Love it.
Maybe Chrono is gonna
mark the connector.
Either that, or he was just checking these last rooms anyway, and he's gonna end up going every single room except silver arrows, but he's gonna get it.
Oh, Chrono had 2 items abandoned in 2. I didn't realize. Yeah, that's another magic bomb wall there for the heart container. Billick, I think, pirouetted every bomb wall off the start screen. Yeah. Was this our silvers? I thought it was directly under the 2.
It was one to the right of the keys.
Yeah. Wow. Just right there near the start, but you had no way of knowing without that map. It's a miracle Billick found that. It really is.
Right? Yeah. Because it opened on accident too, like when he popped his head back in.
Yeah. And then still had it was double bomb wall blocked, really. Bomb wall off the entrance, and then bomb wall to the east of that as well.
Yes. So Chrono has silvers, has all 8 Triforces. Just gonna find 9.
Yeah, it's gonna check this power bracelet spot right over here. I'm gonna check mags first. Let's see if it picks up at 12.
It does not.
Oh, it does not. Yeah, right. Billick's been through this already.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd shoot an arrow. I'd shoot a wand beam at him too.
Well, Chrono, if you didn't spend that 1 heart on the mugger room and you paid the rupees,
that's true.
You'd have mags right now. But I think Chrono had to. Unlike when Billick paid the heart to the mugger, who already had mags anyway, Chrono didn't have a choice. Chrono didn't have the money and had to pay the heart.
Yeah, it was like 50-something rupees, and he had 7, I think.
Yeah. So here's our first raft check. Is this the Dig Dogger block check? No, not yet. Because remember, Billick got the white sword like 5 minutes into the race, as I've been saying. I don't know if that's quite true. It could have been a little bit more than 5 minutes, but it was in a double item room. So the white sword was free on the floor, and we started with the recorder. So killing the Dig Dogger and pushing the block to get the raft out of the same room was free. And never mind, 9 was power bracelet blocked. So that means 8 is super deep. You have to get both the Triforce and power bracelet out of 8. And they're just extremely buried, unfortunately. Found Zelda, sort of.
Billick just gave up on 6.
Oh, and never got the ladder? Oh,
yeah.
That could be it. Billick is now going back to 5 for his raft, which we now know is junk. I hope he at least goes back to that Dig Dogger room he abandoned early on.
I am also just now realizing I haven't had game sound for a while, so it's up to you to tell us if we hear Ganon roar.
Oh, sure thing. Oh yeah, I don't have game audio either. I thought I did at one point.
I don't know when that went out because I've just been
I've been talking the whole time
into this race. Yeah.
And I've played so much Zelda Randomizer that honestly I hear the sound effects anyway. You just show
Right?
me the picture and I hear the picture, so yeah, my brain is filling it. Yeah, so this is the raft room where the white sword was free on the floor. Gave Billick a great early. No! Billick doesn't know what a double item room is. Kill that dig dogger. Oh no, man. I'm gonna have to tell him in the post-race interview.
And even though the item isn't required, it's gonna make him dig every single room of this 5 now.
Yep.
Ooh, Chrono
Also
found
Ganon.
Ganon. Yeah, with that red ring, you can just stand there and wait for him to come to you.
Yep. Ganon in his own room is one of the easier rooms to fight Ganon in because he can't get into the corners, so he can't as easily touch you on the left wall.
He heard you talking about him not being able to get to the side and tried.
Yeah, he sure did. So now we're just looking for that shutter door. Okay, this room had spike traps. That was not automatically it, but it could have been. And I'm looking at that shutter door, and I'm like, that shutter door didn't open. So now we're just looking for a shutter door that opens as soon as we enter the room. Now I think it's finally okay to call it, Chrono's race to lose. He's got everything he needs, just sprinting through 9. At an hour 19, he might feel a little panicked, but little does he know his opponent doesn't even have the Triforce assembled yet.
Yeah.
Due to that unfortunate ladder block in 6.
I'll make the pun one more time.
Or ladder in 6.
Oh, hey, game sound.
Game sound.
I'll make the pun one more time. It would take a catastrophe for Chrono to have trouble here.
Ba-dum-bum. So Chrono's now taking connectors looking for Zelda. Why not? It could be the correct answer.
There's a totally different mindset searching 9 when you have killed Ganon and when you're still trying to find him. So now you can full sprint through any room that doesn't require you to kill things, but you also need to check every single room. When you're looking for Ganon, you can kind of do columns or rows and kind of skip through some areas.
Billick finally killing this dig dogger. I wonder if he forgot this was the item room. I wonder why he skipped it twice.
He maybe he had it marked as the item room and he said, "Oh, I did this already."
There's Zelda.
Yep. And give it up for ChronoJJ at 1 hour 21 minutes, taking home the win on this one.
Congrats, Chrono.
And we got a Billick calling it there right after as well.
Yeah, poor Billick. Still knew he was ladder blocked out of 8. Still doesn't have the ladder, so we'd have to go into 8, and that 8 was very long. Just to then do level 9 after that. Billick must have felt like this wasn't going to be an hour and a half seed. Chose to forfeit. I don't blame him. There's really no disadvantage to forfeiting. So
absolutely, and especially if I'm honest, have people casting for me, I'll forfeit, and sometimes I won't ask where things were, and I'll go finish it on my own. But when I still need a key item and to dig out an 8 and a 9, I understand calling that one.
Yeah. We'll try to get both runners in here for an interview.
See if anyone wants to hang out.
Hello, Chrono. Welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sure hear you. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
So how are you feeling when you finally got out of 8, finally stumbled upon 9? What was the mindset going in there?
I felt all right. I didn't, other than level 6 at the beginning, I wasn't too unhappy about how things went. So I don't know, I was feeling pretty decent. I didn't run into too many roadblocks, so I thought I'd be doing all right.
Awesome. Yeah, it was actually a very close race. We even mentioned about 5-10 minutes ago that it was still anyone's race. You both had pieces of information the other one didn't have that were key to finishing. So this was the final positions. If you look at where people are on trackers, was very lot closer than it ends up looking.
Yeah, it looks like he just needed what 8 Triforce, and I think
Yeah,
still needed, and the ladder.
He was searching for ladder, and he had found silvers in 2 the first time he was in that right hand room, and we are joined by Billick. Thanks for joining us, Billick.
GG.
Hello, Billick. GG.
I got totally stuck there. I was zoom, and then there was no ladder. What did I miss?
Ladder was not ladder blocked in 6, is what went wrong. You were doing great right up until then, but then, yeah, Billick, you actually got those silvers out of the magic bomb wall in 2 without the map, which was a miracle and very hype. But then Chrono got the ladder out of 6, went to 8, finished 8. That 8, by the way, you never got to play it because you never got the ladder out of 6, but that 8 was a beast of an 8. Took forever. Gave you the power bracelet, which you needed for 9. And then, yeah, that was that. By the time ChronoJJ dug 8, he had dug every single item in the game, except for the silvers in 2, and of course the 2 items in 9. So he chose to go back to 2 with his ladder, get that very ladder blocked map, frustrating ladder blocked map, got silvers out of 2, and then went into 9 with the full kit, and that was the race. You were keeping up wonderfully though, right up until you chose to leave 6 without the ladder, which happened late in the race.
I couldn't find the path in 6. I felt like I checked maybe there was I don't know what I missed.
Did you have the map for 6?
I did.
So there's one room on the very top right that you had to bomb into. It'd be easy to miss.
That's right. I ran out of bombs. That's why, and I forgot about that room. That was the one room I missed in the entire.
Yes, I don't know.
Right, I ran out of bombs, and then I was going to go back, and I forgot about that room. I did go back in. I checked the other side.
I know.
You hate to see it.
Did you try to bomb out of the other stairway in 6? Because that led to possibly rooms that I never tried to bomb. Otherwise, that one room might have been the only room that wasn't ladder blocked beyond all those ladder blocks. Because I think the bottom left of 6 was all ladder blocked, and there's just that one room that I didn't clear the first time because I don't remember if I didn't know it was there or something. I needed the map. And then I saw that one room up there.
Well, good game. That was a cool seed. Like we got all sorts of combat stuff early. Just
or at least you did
find the ladder.
It took me a bit. I wandered into 6 and got kind of lost in there and died a lot.
Yeah, Billick, you had a blue ring and a white sword. You had the white sword very early, and then the blue ring before the red ring. And even though you got the red ring later, the blue ring still did lots of good stuff for you. I'd say even gave you an early lead. You got the white sword out of the Dig Dogger room, and I said, I even said back then, oh, Billick should kill that Dig Dogger, because there could be a double item in this room. Could be white sword on the floor, push block, staircase item. And then like an hour later when Billick went into 5 and got the raft, I'm like, what if 9 is behind that raft? Because you had gone into that room and, abandoned that staircase item in 5, which, also could have been your ladder. It wasn't, it was the raft. But yeah, I was wondering if that hard abandoned room was going to make a difference. No, raft was useless as usual. But yeah, no, that early white sword sitting free on the floor, Billick, you got that super fast, and it made you go zoom. Once Chrono hit level 1 with both the bow and the wand, then Chrono started going just as fast. But for a good maybe 20 or 25 minutes, you had a very big combat advantage in a seed that had Lionels and Wizrobes everywhere. So that was great for you, yeah.
Yeah, I felt great about that start. Just couldn't find the ladder. It was like I probably was searching for a ladder for the last half hour of that seed, basically.
Yeah, you kind of were. You both spent a lot of time in that too for, different reasons. I mean, Billick, you probably did it faster just because you single dipped it, but that too with the ladder blocked map and the magic bomb wall was really a worst case scenario for the shapes algorithm. So, no time lost for either runner there. Yeah, eight was super mean. 4 was a bit of a gift. Red ring Triforce, you can leave. Thanks.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whatever the other item was in 4, it was ladder blocked, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I know.
And,
Yeah, I went back to double check, and I checked every room and realized it was hard ladder blocked in 4.
Any key in book were the items in 9, by the way, just by process of elimination, because Chrono did full dig everything except the 2 items in 9.
I didn't. There's one item in 4 I didn't get.
Oh yeah, we don't. We guys, you're right. I guess we don't know that because there could still be a heart container in 9 with one of those other 2 items in 4.
Yeah.
Neither of you did dig that ladder block item out of 4. That's correct.
No. Yeah, that was my next stop after 2, but then I found the silver. So
you were going to do 9 last. You were going to dig 2, then 4, then both items in 9. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like skipping items. I feel like it always bites me. So I just.
It's always so scary worrying about possibly full digging a 9 and then finding out that you didn't even need to be here.
Yeah, I hate that. So I try to eliminate that if it makes sense, which to me it usually does, but I don't know.
Yeah, worked tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, the how long did it take you to get into 1 with all those keys? Like, did you get somewhere else first? Because I needed a key, so I was stuck.
I found 1 really, really early, and then I saw the key door, and like, I'll come back here when I have keys. And
okay.
And Wizrobes were there, so I was like, I'll come back here when I get keys and maybe some combat, and I got both. And I came back probably around the, I don't know, 20, 30 minute mark. It was relatively early.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you were key starved early on with the first dungeons you found, like 1 and 6 and 8. Well, 8 was worse than key blocked. As soon as you spent the key, I think you just got mugger blocked into a ladder block or something like that. Like it was, yeah, that was 6. 6 was mugger blocked into a ladder block. 8 was like spend a key just to discover you're further ladder blocked. Yeah,
we
so
did get a heart out of that ladder block, though, at least.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, one way into a Chevy with no ladder. Like, all right, well, it's a gift.
Yeah.
That's why Up A was part of the game by the original developers. They thought of stuff like that. But yeah, yeah. By the time Billick went to level 1, he had those, those loads of keys you had. You both always had 5 to 8 keys for the entire second half of the seed. Billick didn't go into 1 until he had those loads of keys from the other dungeons. Whereas Chrono, you bought 1. Turned out to be a great play because that wand and bow rather gave you that combat advantage that Billick had from the white sword. And if you didn't buy that key and go into 1 to get the wand and bow, every piece of combat, it would have taken you so much longer to do combat, and that might have given Billick enough time to find the ladder. We'll never know, but that was a great move buying that key.
Yeah, the combat was making a difference too. I think it was 7 where Billick had white sword and blue ring, and Chrono you didn't, and we were just noticing that there were rooms with Lionels and Gurias and a whole mix of things, and it was taking 30 seconds to 45 seconds for you to clear, and then Billick would come in and it would be 13 seconds, and through the whole dungeon it ended up being the combat lead was starting up there, but then the very next dungeon is when you were able to find weapons and start evening that out.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch back, the item checks, the overworld variations. You both routed this seed almost completely differently, and at an hour in, neither commentator could call the race because one of you had the silvers, one of you had the item that likely unlocked on. Chrono, you had both the raft and the power bracelet. Billick had neither. Billick had the silvers. Billick was digging the ladder. How was it possible to spend less time in 8 with the magic staircase? We don't know. And plus 9 is still out there. Who's going to find 9? And then is 9 going to turn into the great equalizer? There were multiple reasons we couldn't call the race even 20 minutes ago. So it's kind of exciting to watch back if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, I was done when JJ hit done because I did not know where I had to check, and I actually thought I had found 9 and not marked it, which I was panicking at that point. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna finish this. So, but
yeah, it's always a bad feeling when you
but it turned out I had not actually found it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just that one room in 6. It was easy to miss too, because it was only one room that you needed to bomb into, but anyway,
Yeah, so let's wrap it up. Yeah.
I appreciate you guys picking it up and streaming it. I looked earlier in the day, didn't see anything, so I was kind of surprised a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit last minute. Thank you, Fury, for organizing the restream. Thank you, Camion, for doing the restream, and Imagine Sleep for tracking. Everybody volunteered almost last minute to get this race on the air, and I'm glad we did because it was a very, very interesting race, very fun to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. I had a lot of fun watching it and trying to go through both of you guys' thought processes, and it was a really fun race, and it wasn't decided until the last tiny bit. So definitely an exciting race to talk about. Thank you guys for letting us do that.
Yeah, and thank you, Chrono and Billick, for playing. Thank you. Yeah, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks for everybody for getting that on. It's always appreciated. I like hearing the commentary because I'm still learning, especially with these flags. So it's good to hear like what the commentators think about what you did and like what you could do better. So it's always helpful to get a restream for learning purposes.
100% agree. That's why I volunteered last minute. I hate seeing races go without, and we've had so few that didn't need restreams. Our admin team's been absolutely killing it. So I happy I could step in and keep Catastrophe company while we talked about you guys playing.
I'm keeping you company. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Bobino.
Oh, thank you.
Any last words from our runners?
No, just appreciate you guys' time, and sorry for the technical issue at the beginning, but appreciate you guys doing it. And thanks, Billick, for the race, and good luck next week. And
I might be running into Billick next week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Scouting the opposition. I see. All right, take care, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, and that I think is the last scheduled race of the night for Zelda 1 Randomizer. But tomorrow, there will always be more, and the week after that is our last week of Swiss. So yeah, stay tuned. Keep following all the channels you've ever watched a race on, including this one, Zelda 1 Randomizer. Any last words from you, Bobino?
I just appreciate all the work everyone's doing to get it in. Really fun race to watch. If you guys have a chance, you liked anything you were watching, please give our racers a follow. ChronoJJ on Twitch, Billick _ on Twitch. We got all the links in chat for you guys. Thank you so much for being with us, and it was a pleasure to call.
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, extra special thanks to the volunteers tonight, indeed. That's all I got. Everyone who stuck all the way to the end, almost midnight in my time zone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. See you on the next race.